In this video, I'm going to be talking about 10 details that I think completely changed how ERLC works as a game, and updates that I think really made ERLC a much better game. If you agree with me, or if you find this interesting or enjoy it, make sure you drop a like and also subscribe, and please make sure you check out everything else from the description as well. But let's get straight into it. Okay, so the biggest thing that I think changed ERLC, this is in no particular order by the way, but I think the main one is the livery customization option. Being able to make your own liveries for any emergency service vehicle in ERLC is such a good update. Like, it completely changed how private servers operated. Private servers got so much better with it. They were all different as well. One of my biggest arguments was that why would you play on a private server for so long when one private server is exactly the same as the other private server, because all of the things are exactly the same. And I still sort of agree with that now, because all that is different is liveries, but the liveries did really change that. And now private servers are so much different. We have UK ones, German ones, Australian ones, American ones, all kinds of different private servers for wherever you want to play, and it kind of changes the experience a lot. So very good update there. And the next one is still sort of following private servers, but it's the server settings option. When you're in a private server, all of this server settings, if we come up here, we have so many server settings. You can change the account minimum age, you can have automatic DOT calls, automatic fires, you can have only mobile plays if you wanted to. There's so much you can do with these server settings. It really customizes things so much, and it's very good, and I think it once again made private servers so much better. And the next one, the third one, is the weather update. I think when weather was added to ERLC, that drift was pretty smooth by the way. I think when weather was added to ERLC, it really changed the dynamic of how the game worked. And as you can see right now in my private server, it is completely clear pretty much, and that is how it was like 24/7 in every ERLC server for the whole time ERLC was about, until they added the weather update. And with the weather update, they came with thunderstorms and fog and rain and things like that. It made you be able to change the scenes how you wanted to. If you had a car crash, you could do it as a storm, so it was much more realistic and much more interesting and a little bit more fun. And it's really up to you how you wanted to do it with the weather, but I think that really changed the game quite a lot, if I'm being honest. And the next one on this list is roleplay jobs. I think roleplay jobs was such a good update inside of ERLC. They really made it so that you could do anything. The game was heavily focused about being a police officer or a criminal, maybe a firefighter or a DOT worker, but with roleplay jobs, they made civilians have such more of a use. They made you be able to drive fuel trucks, they made you be able to work at a hospital, work at a restaurant if you wanted to, become a taxi driver. There were so many opportunities with the roleplay jobs, and it was so good for the game, which I really like. And then the next one is the bank update. This is just a quick one. I think the bank update was really good, because obviously the bank is a huge thing. Loads and loads of people wanted a bank in ERLC for a while, and obviously getting the bank, it just kind of made it all a little bit nicer, a little bit more realistic of course, and it made it a bit more like the other games there is, like Southwest Road and stuff. They all have banks. However, I do think the bank is now the focus attention, so that's why I think it kind of changed the game, because it's now where a lot of criminals focus, it's where a lot of the cops like to camp. So I think it changed the game for that reason, but it is a very good update nevertheless. And then we have possibly my favorite update in the last year, the last 365 days. I think my favorite update is definitely these right here, electric vehicles. They are so awesome. I absolutely love how they work. They're really fast. I love the charging system. It's so nice being in a public server, seeing everyone charging up their electric cars because they don't want to pay, so they just park there and let it charge instead. I think that is really cool, and I just think electric vehicles were such a requested update that to finally get them added is so cool. Like, it's really awesome, and it's a very nice feature, and I do really like electric vehicles. And up next we have the Springfield update. So when Springfield was added in the summer update, I think it was a good couple of years ago now, it was so useful. Springfield honestly has changed the game completely. In the summer update where Springfield was added, we got the entire highway. There was no highway. The map literally ended like there before we had the Springfield summer update, but now Springfield adds an entire entirely different twist to the map. Just having another like entire city, another, well, not really city, but another town area is so awesome, because we didn't have that for a long time, and it felt like everyone was just constantly in the same place, and it got very boring and very repetitive. But now Springfield is a really nice quiet place in a public server to come to, where it's just nice and you can chill out and have your own little role plays, and it's a lot less chaos than in the main city. So I really like Springfield, and the update that came with that, with the highways of course as well. And the next one is the police station update. The police station has been updated so many times, but I think this one is by far the best police station design they've ever had. It looks so modern, it looks so nice, so luxury. I remember before, many years ago, it was just a square with images as windows, which was crazy, but it's so nice now, and the police station is really good. And I think having a good police station honestly just also changed the way how the game works, because obviously one of the main points of the game is police roleplay. That's why so many people play. It's why most people play it, I think. So to have a good police station and a good headquarters base where you can actually do that roleplay properly is really good. And then up next we have the SWAT Game Pass, which is a little bit of an unusual one. I feel like you guys might not have expected that, but when they added the SWAT Game Pass, of course there was more guns, there was the SWAT Bearcat, and you could really have a proper kind of house raid roleplay and do a lot more severe roleplays, where in real life you wouldn't just have police responding to them, you'd have an entire SWAT team. I think that was really good for both public and private servers. And then finally, I think one of the biggest updates that no one talks about anymore, because it was a very long time ago, is houses. If you want to do a roleplay on ERLC, most of the time you'll be doing that in a house. Now I don't know if you guys knew this, but a long time ago, when ERLC was first starting to be released and whatever, and people were first actually starting to play it, got its first few thousand players consecutively, you couldn't even enter houses. There were just little models as houses, and there was like, you know, you couldn't rob them, you couldn't enter them or anything. But then they added the update where you could enter houses and you could rob houses, and I think that made roleplays a whole lot better as well. Being able to actually use houses is just kind of a much needed thing for ERLC, and I think it was very cool. I love the wheels on this, they don't even look like they're moving when you're driving fast. But yes, that is my top 10 list of updates that I think completely changed how the game works, and I think they are all very valid. I'd love to hear what you think about in the comments below. Let me know what update you think changed how the game works, and let me know your favorite update as well in the comments below. But thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye.